lot about Javante Perkins and his ability to score. We're all just now starting to see that. Where do you think all this came from recently, his play?
Well, I think he's always had the ability. It's what he's done pretty much his whole life at every level, from high school, junior college. He's one of the top scorers in the country. I think it's just gaining experience at this level, becoming more comfortable within the system, comfortable with teammates. I think it's a variety of things, but I think he's always been capable of doing it. But it's an adjustment for any player. I don't know if you're coming from high school or you're coming from junior college. It really doesn't matter. Playing at this level is an adjustment. It takes time. Some people get it quicker than others. Some people it takes longer. I think it's a combination of a lot of things, but I think we've always said it's been the strength of his, of being able to score the ball in a lot of different ways, a lot of different levels. And, I think it's just a combination.
When a guy's rolling like he was this past Saturday, do you call a lot of plays for him, or do you just tell guys, give him the basketball, let him go to work?
All the above. We were calling a lot of plays for him, putting him in, trying to get him in a lot of different situations, a lot of different places on the court, trying to mix it up so the defense hopefully wouldn't get comfortable. And then his teammates, I think, figured out that he's got a hot hand, and they got him the ball. And so he put the ball in the hole. There's no doubt about it, and he did it in a variety of ways. He did it some tough shots, but it takes everybody. When one guy's having that type night, it takes everybody to help him, put him in the right place, get him the ball, set screens, different things like that. But he can put the ball in the hole.
He is so even keel. I don't know if I've seen in a while a guy who can score as much as he does, and you look at him and you don't know if he's having a good game or a bad game. He doesn't react to it, plays much. Does that help him in some way?
Oh, I think it helps him. He doesn't. I love him because he takes hard coaching. Because sometimes I think what you're alluding to can be sometimes I think he's out there coasting. I think he's out there, and I jump on him because we know what he's capable of, and he takes it and he responds to it. But I think his even keel, his demeanor is a positive for him. He doesn't get down if he misses 3 or 4 shots. He doesn't let it bother him. He doesn't, even if he makes 4 or 5. The other night, even though he was having a big night, you would have never known it just by his expressions after the game. You wouldn't have known it. It's like another game for him, and I respect him a lot for that. I think it helps his game. But he's a pretty even keel young man as far as personality, attitude. The guys would tell you he's probably the funniest guy in the locker room. He shows it with us as coaches around us a little bit. But I love Javante because of his personality, type young man he is. And he's taken a lot of hard coaching. As far as early when he got here, we were trying to push him along as fast as we could because we thought he could be special. And a lot of times really hard on him, wanting him to play more defense, wanting him to do this, wanting to do that. And he just took it, look you right in the eye, and respond. That's what I like. He responds.
What is your approach to second games against teams, especially when you've lost the first one? Do you do anything different in terms of studying film, or do you set out to make adjustments, or does it just depend on the matchup?
Well, I think when you're not successful the first time, you better change something. You don't have to go rewrite the whole playbook or anything like that, but there's some things we need to do differently, and there's things we need to do better. And I think that's what gets you sometimes when you win the first go-around. You don't want to change anything, and I still think you need to change things even when you win. You need to adjust. But, yeah, we weren't successful the first time against Duquesne. It was a tight game late in the game. We cut it to 4 a couple times, but there's some things we need to do better.
Is one of the biggest things just, they've got that inside presence. They blocked a lot of shots. Was there an issue with either the shots you took or your aggressiveness?
Wasn't the combination? We need to get better shots. We need to go stronger inside. They've got they're one of the top shot blocking teams in the country. They're just an overall really good team. They have one of the better inside-outside games in the A-10. when you talk about two guys that are in Hughes and Weathers that can score at the rim at the highest rate, then you got great three-point shooters on the perimeter. And then they play tough, aggressive defense. So there's a lot to figure out. You know, they did a great job on us first game defensively, held us to 50 points. We didn't take advantage early in the game. I thought our defense was really good early, but we just didn't take advantage of getting a big enough lead to be able to sustain us going kind of cold on offense. We just didn't convert enough.
Coach, how do you make sure your guys don't look ahead to the matchup on Saturday versus the number 6 ranked team? I know they're pretty locked in on the game at hand earlier this week, but do you have to worry about them looking ahead?
Well, we first start with the mind, you're not asking our guys questions like, no. No, I don't think. I don't worry about that. I really don't. These guys understand this is as big a game as any game we've played this year. I really believe that. Duquesne's a great team. We're both kind of right at the same spot. But every game, I would say that to this point. I told our team that yesterday. Every game's a big game, huge game. Just glad we're in big games. You know, we're right in the mix of things. But we've got a tremendous amount of respect. I think Keith Dunbar is one of the great coaches in our game. What he's done to turn around Duquesne's been impressive. I think our guys understand that. Obviously, we do, and our players do. I don't think they've thought or thinking about anything but trying to figure out how we can do better against Duquesne the second go around.
We were also talking to Hassan, and we talked about him being doubled and triple teamed a lot. He said he's been watching a lot more film, and you told him that he can still be aggressive out of a double teams. What do you think are some of the challenges that he was facing initially when he was getting double teamed?
Well, obviously he draws a lot of attention, and that's out of respect. Teams focus on him a lot. What can help him are a variety of things. First and foremost, post maybe a little bit deeper so the double team can't get to you. Be an active player where maybe double teams aren't as easy to get to you. Having some players knock down some shots on the perimeter helps relieve some pressure, and hopefully we'll continue to maybe do that. And we've got to just continue to try to put him in the best possible position as we can. We go into games knowing that teams are going to double, triple team him. We're trying to figure it out. But it takes a collective group. When teams put as much pressure on him, it takes everybody. It takes all 4 other players on the court to help him out and help our team out. So it's a combination of things. But we go into every game expecting it and understanding it and trying to prepare for it.
Will having a guy like Javonte emerge as a scorer and as a third option maybe alleviate some of those problems for Hassan? And maybe
we hope so. We're always looking. I think Javonte's done that. Hopefully Damaris can keep doing it. Tate Weaver's really stepped up the last 3 or 4 games. So hopefully we have some, multiple candidates to be able to do that. Obviously Jordan and Hassan are going to create a lot of eyes on the court when they have the ball. So it's up to everybody to make sure everybody's contributing and helping each other out. It's not just about helping Hassan and Jordan. It's about helping our team out. And we've got to do a better job. And our kids, we've talked to our kids a lot about it. We've got to pass the ball a little bit better than we have been. And passing, I don't mean just finding the open man. That's part of it. You always got to find the open man. But just moving the ball, move it side to side, inside to out, get it moving, and get the defense moving. A lot of times we hold on to the ball too much and we dribble too much. We need to do a little bit more passing and less dribbling.
Is finishing around the basket's been a little problematic recently? I know your 2-point percentage, you even mentioned it a few games ago, but is there something you can do there to help guys? Do you see anything? Is it a focus issue, or is there something you can work on that helps guys finish?
Reps, watching film. We've told them, they've talked about, we do need to start finishing more around the rim. There's no question, because that's where we get the ball a lot. I think we've gone through a stretch and we've worked on it the little time you get to practice this time of year. As far as, I think our guys are anticipating double tier, not necessarily, they're too concerned about it and too concerned about how much pressure you can't overthink it. And I think we've been overthinking things a little bit in the inside, and once we get the ball in the paint, we need to just go strong, go to score. Don't worry about getting fouled, go to score. If you get fouled, that's great. Try to get and ones. That's part of it. And then there's a second part of just put put the dang ball in the hole. You know, some shots we've shown it's not about any other thing than we're just missing shots or making the shot more difficult than it needs to be. So it's a couple things we can do a little bit better.
Travis, there's so much focus on high school basketball recruiting. How important is the JUCO route, getting a guy like Javonte? And are there a lot of guys like that out there? Or is it pretty rare to get someone from JUCO comes in and immediately contributes more easily?
Yeah, there's not many Javonte Perkins out there as far as guys that can step in like he has. It usually takes junior college players, usually a year. It's been my experience in the past. And I've recruited junior college in my whole career, but it's by need. It's somebody that can handle this level. Can they handle this level? It's not for everybody. I don't just go recruit a junior college players unless we have a need for that player to step in and be able to do something right away. And we saw that in Javonte. We needed scoring. We needed that. And when I went and watched Javonte, he played every single position on the court. He played every single one of them. And he scored it. He scored it in every way. And we thought he had a chance to be a special player. And, still a long way to go. Still a long way to go. And his still best days are ahead of him once he figures out the whole deal, whole package. And but he's put together some good games, but a lot of time to go.